Guys, I'm back with another video. Just a disclaimer, if you guys hear background noise, my windows are open, and of course my smoke alarms, the batteries in my smoke alarms are not changed. But today's video is going to be a couple ways you know your hair is locking. I have my shades on because I was about to head out. But like I said, today's video is going to be this is how you're gonna know. This is a couple ways you're gonna know your hair is locking, because I'm going through some of these myself. I'm not really gonna number these. I might in the title, but while I'm recording the video, while I'm filming the video, I'm not really going to number these because I'm not sure how many signs I'm gonna give you guys. So one way you know your hair is locking is, of course, budding. My hair started to bud. I would show you guys, but my hair is braided for the most part. Some of my locks came out of my braids right here, but you can't really see that. But my hair is starting to bud. At the root, like at the very root, it's not really, I don't know if you guys can see this, but at the very root, it's not really super thick, but it's trying to, like, you can tell my locks are trying to bud. But I'll show you guys that on my 2-month lock update, on my 2-month lock anniversary. I'll show you guys that. I'll be more in detail, a more in-depth video of budding and all of that. But that's one way you know your hair is trying to lock. Another way is your ends start to round out. I've noticed my ends are starting to round out really in the back, like the back half of my hair. The tips of my locks are just starting to round out, while the fronts are still like kind of curly and like they kind of look like faux locks at the ends and the front for whatever reason. But I guess that's because I have super curly hair. But that's one way you know your hair is starting to lock, when the ends of them are starting to like just kind of round out, and starting to actually look like dreads. Like my locks in the back are really just starting to look like dreads, to the point where, you know, most of them are starting to look like dreads, but a couple in the front really don't. But for the most part, they're starting to look like dreads because people actually recognize them as dreads. And that's another thing. You know your hair is locking when people actually recognize your locks as dreads. They're actually like recognizing them as dreads. The first 2 or 3 weeks, the first few weeks, people was like, "Oh my gosh, I like your hair. What is that? Is that twist? What is that?" No, these are starter locks. I'm starting my dreads. Oh, well, I like them. I got that all the time. I got that a couple times, but now I'm to the point where people actually look at my hair and they're like, "Oh, I like your dreads." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I remember when someone first told me that, I was so proud. Like I was like, "Oh my god!" So they actually noticed as dreads. Like I was so excited. But that's one way. Another way, I'm not really sure if this is super accurate, but it is for me at least, because I don't really sleep with anything on my hair after a while of, after I have my retwist, after it gets old, I don't really sleep with anything on my head. But lint gets caught in my hair a little bit sometimes. You know, I get lint in my hair. Not too often, but you know, sometimes because of my pillowcase or my fuzzy blankets or whatever, sometimes I will get lint caught in my hair, and that didn't really start to happen until my hair started to lock. Once it started locking, I started getting lint in my hair, and mainly in the back, because they actually look like they're locked. I don't know if you guys can see this, but they actually look like they're locked in the back. So it's mainly in the back. I've gotten like 1 or 2 up here on the sides of my hair. Let's see. Another way that you know your hair is locking, they start to get fatter. And I guess that goes with budding, but I've noticed my dreads used to be super, super, super skinny. Um, I'll try to find a picture and put it somewhere right here. With that shit the same color as a hell. I can zap you with the right hand and then bat you with the left. But yeah, like that's, you know, my dreads now are starting to get, they're starting to get pretty fat. So that's another way that you know your hair is locking. Let's see. Another way, another little sign that your hair is locking. Your hair starts to stick together. My dreads are starting, you know, they're doing this thing where they're finally really starting to stick together, and I have to kind of pull them apart sometimes because my hair gets so tangled. But that might be because I don't sleep with anything on my head. I don't sleep with a bonnet or scarf or anything on unless, you know, I have a fresh retwist. But that's one way. But I don't know, like they start to kind of get tangled up. They kind of try to stick together. So that's at least for me. I don't know if anyone has that anyone else has that problem. If you have that problem, go ahead and comment below. Tell me if you have locks. I would love to hear, you know, about you guys' locks and how long you've had your locks and whatever. So go ahead and please comment down below, because I love looking at people's locks. I love seeing your locks, you know. But another way you know your hair is starting to lock is when your locks get compact. They're starting to get, mine are starting to get compact. They're getting less, I cannot really stretch them out, so they seem like they're shorter, but, and maybe that's why, oh, that could be, oh my gosh. Maybe that's why my hair is like not acting right lately. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But yeah, they get a little compact. Like you can tell the difference. They're starting to get a little compact, and they're not, you know, I can't really pull them down as much as I used to be able to. So that's another way that you know your hair is locking for sure. Like, and last but not least, you know your hair is locking when you have starter locks. And me, I started mine, I don't know if this applies to, you know, braids like plaits or 2-strand twists, but I started out with coils. So I'm not sure if this can be this sign, but I'm not sure if this sign can be used for everybody. But at least people with coils, you know your hair is locking when it stops unraveling at the roots. For the most part, my hair has stopped unraveling at the roots. I have one right here that doesn't really want to lock. It unravels at the roots all the time. So that's about the only one in my head that unravels. Like none of the ones in the back unravel or anything like that. So, but yeah, that's my final sign. Like once it stops like trying to come loose at the roots, oh yeah, it's starting to lock. But that's about it. Thank you guys for watching the video. I don't know why I was looking outside. I was looking at a tree. It was like, it's a really big tree. But thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you really liked it. Please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. All my social medias will be down below in the description box below. Down below in the description box. All my social medias will be down in the description box below. And thank you for watching. Bye.